Thank you, Will. This month's Powerhouse Gym trainer is from Cincinnati. Trainer John Parrillo has turned his gym from the neighborhood hangout into a training center for national superstars. It's earned his Powerhouse Gym a reputation of taking mediocre local competitors into major competitive bodybuilding contenders. Ed Riva explains.
34, squeeze to the top, 35, 36.
I'm really beginning to understand what intensity is all about.
With his encouragement, you find that you are able to do more than you thought you could.
Let's go for it. Come on, big guy. 9, come on. Big quad. Let's go. Up. 10.
I just like working with John because I feel there's no one in this world that knows more about the sport than he does. And if anybody's going to take me to the top, it'll be John Parrillo.
Franco Santoriello, Diane Garrity, and Kevin Creedon feel lucky. Lucky because Powerhouse gym owner John Parrillo pushes them to their limits.
You really find out what your potential is when you work with him, because you really don't think that you can do 100 repetitions with, 150 pounds doing a belt squat.
He taught me all about training and supplementation and nutrition. He taught me how to stretch my muscles and how to use correct form and just all different methods of training.
Well, in the 5 days I spent with John, I think the most important thing I've learned is the real meaning of intensity. Looking back, my training hasn't been intense enough, and I'm beginning to get a better understanding of what it's all about.
You have to be able to train intensely enough to stimulate new muscle growth. You also then, the nutrition and especially the supplementation now is very important. You can't overtrain, but you can basically, the new expression is that I use is you can under-recover.
John used to compete as a bodybuilder and a power lifter.
Okay, come on.
Now he trains nationally competitive bodybuilders. He starts with the basics.
A lot of it is basically what you have upstairs, and then you combine that with the proper genetics. That's where you have your professional champions now.
John stresses a high-carbohydrate diet and the right supplements. Steroids, he says, are unnecessary.
I'll say try the nutrition and the supplementation, and I'll be happy to discuss an anabolic program with you when you think you need it, and they get to the point where they realize they don't need it.
For these bodybuilders, what John says goes.
His knowledge of nutrition and different stretching techniques that he uses really help.
I need somebody to push you, somebody who has new insight, someone who can enlighten you, show you what it's all about, kind of get you into the hardcore realm of bodybuilding. And I think John's the guy to do that.
One of John's star pupils is Franco Santoriello. Franco placed third in this year's Mr. USA's and second in the Nationals, both as a light heavyweight. Next year, he says, he's going for the Triple Crown, the USA's, the Nationals, and Mr. Universe, probably as a heavyweight. Franco lives with John part of the time and relies heavily on a special massage that John invented called the digital fascia manipulation.
Past week, I've already put an inch on my calves and an inch on my arms just from some of John's new methods of training.
The massage, John says, stretches the sheath around the muscle, giving the muscle more room to expand.
You're pushing people totally to genetic max. It doesn't work with somebody that's just starting as well as it works with someone who is like further along who can't get the results.
The massage is painful, though, and can harm a lifter if it's done improperly.
Oh, it's for a good cause. That's why I let him do it. Because if it wasn't for a good cause, I'd probably shoot him.
John has also designed numerous weight machines, including this belt squat machine. He's got other equipment on the drawing board, but he hopes his impact on bodybuilding will go beyond the machinery he invents.
I really think I can have an effect on the history of the world, on how people work out, how they look at nutrition, how they look at supplementation, and I really feel I'm helping build the athletes of the future.
John says his profit has doubled since he joined Powerhouse over the summer. He plans to stretch his business potential the same way he stretches the potential of his bodybuilders. For Muscle Magazine, I'm Ed Ryba reporting.
Thanks, Ed.